I think it makes it more natural to ask questions and to engage with a platform this way.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Again, going back to your premise on Myles, I think you talked about, prompting. I don't know what percent of our usage of AI is going to be prompting in the future. But if OpenAI can potentially, I mean, today we know what who owns the search box. No one talks about the voice box. Nobody really owns that today.
Yeah.
So is there an opportunity for somebody to own that? It's very interesting to me,
That
right? As
is
a modality.
That's super interesting, Sam. Like I'm thinking about the whatever 20, 30 years of reading about PDAs, personal digital assistants. Where those were supposed to be in our pockets for like all throughout the 80s and the 90s and into the 2000s. And then finally, I mean, you had Blackberries for a couple of years. And then finally, Steve Jobs, Apple invents the iPhone. And we're like, oh, this is it. And the floodgates were just suddenly opened. But it was a concept that had been around for a very long time and had been tried. And it was the Apple Newton. I mean, it just lots of embarrassing kind of failures. And you just kind of linked up this relatively simple, maybe change with voice AI, which is that it can just ambiently respond to you without this robotic kind of ping pong modality. And maybe that could be a really interesting turning point with voice. Simple, but possibly really consequential.
Well, and these tools have done a great job of crossing the uncanny valley. I mean, that was always the big issue with a lot of
Yeah.
voice stuff is the uncanny valley ride is feeling like you're talking to a machine and you're talking to a human. And they've now gotten to that point where, it's better and it does not feel like you're talking to movie phone. Tell me what movie you want to watch,